Will real estate be the best investment over the next 10 years? I just, man, I feel this could happen. I could absolutely be wrong. I'm 100%. And I'm not saying invest in like in REITs, i.e. through Vanguard or something like that. I got my beanie on because it's flipping cold outside. I just got back from taking the guys outside. Oh, come here. When I say outside, I mean literally just open the door, let them go outside, and they came flying back in. I can't help but thinking though. All right, we got more and more millennials who are reaching high earnings capacity where they're going to want a home, but they're not. The prices of the homes are high, a lot more than affordable, especially with interest rates going up. But they want to be in good school districts. They want to have a home. They don't want to be in a condo or live with their mom because they're getting married and some are having kids. Not enough, I grant you, but some are. They're not building enough homes that are affordable for these people. They're just not. So that while they have the income, in order because they're starting to be in the beginning of mid-career, there's the demand for the houses are still going to be outpace the actual house itself, if that makes sense. So that means the prices of the houses will continue to go up. Man. It might not go up the last couple of years, but they're just not building enough. All right. And when you have a limited supply and you have a flat or even increasing demand, that still makes the prices go up. And then you have to factor in the fact that people can't, the mortgage rates are higher than they were. I'm on a 5.25% fixed rate, man. I had a 5-year ARM. I was paying 3.25% from 2017. I'm paying 5.25% now. My ARM has served me wonderfully well. I should have refinanced. No, I wasn't going to refinance for $25,000, whatever the hell it was. I wasn't going to refinance, 8 months of mortgage payments. I just wasn't going to do it. Look at his face. Oh, sleeping baby. Anyway, so I'm sitting there thinking, all right, so these guys can't afford it necessarily. And this just be speculative. I'm spitballing here, man. But they can't afford it, but they still need a place to live. So they're going to be willing to pay a rent. So they might not be able to pay a $3,000 a month mortgage, but they could pay a $2,200 a month rent. You see what I'm saying? And you, on the other hand, are like, dude, I could use $2,200 a month backed by a physical house. You see what I'm saying? So it's almost like a way to get out of corporate America and Wall Street and go back to Main Street is by investing in local real estate, not through a REIT. Maybe I don't know how it works. Like, I don't know how you can do it outside the REITs of corporate finance. I don't know, like Vanguard REIT. I'm saying more. Maybe own your own single-family homes. Maybe there's some kind of, consolidate or association of realtors that put together some kind of syndicate. I don't know how that works. You know what I'm saying? But I talk to people, and they're making. I was talking to a guy yesterday. He's making $2,500 a month on a rental property that he owns outright. That is worth. I'm looking at my computer here. So he's making $30,000 a year on a rental property that's worth, I think, $389. So 30 divided by 389. He's getting a 7.7%, essentially a dividend, if you will. All right, a dividend. He gets to depreciate that. So, he's going to leave it to his kids because he wants to step up in basis because it's going to recapture the depreciation he's taking. But he gets to depreciate it, which means it helps on his taxes. In the interim, he's still making 7.5% to 8% as a dividend on a house that's his, has an equity value in it that he could easily sell at some point too. And he's got good tenants in there, you know what I'm saying? And he knows he's handy, so he knows how to fix the toilets and all that stuff. I don't want to do any of that crap. So I'd much rather have a local property manager do that for me than me. And I'm not investing in rental real estate right now. But I just always think, like, as a way to stick it to Wall Street and go back to Main Street, what are the best investments for that? It just seems that localized rental real estate would be it. You can actually help your fellow man by not even charging a market rate. You can charge a rent that's good for you, but it's not, I think that's good for your tenant as well, if that makes sense. that way both parties can take advantage of the situation. The renter can help you pay if you have a debt on it, or just help you put money in your pocket. And on top of that, you can give the rentor or whatever it is, the renter, I guess, a nice place for a fair and reasonable price. It doesn't have to be market value rates. It can be lower than that if you want. And I think we need to, instead of maximizing profits in everything we do, I think we need to go back to the idea of making money at the same time helping people. And that's why I don't like the Wall Street. How Wall Street has taken over America is maximization profits. Even if that means the Romneys of the world put people out of work, hurt middle class families while they have their San Diego mansions where they have an elevator for their car. That's insane, dude. And the fact that I supported that just it irks me to this day. Nothing I can do about it. But it's just like I think we got to get away from the Wall Street more to the Main Street. And I'm just thinking, it seems to me that localized businesses and places to live are the best way to invest in Main Street. I don't know. I mean, you can invest in startups, restaurants. That's just too risky. I don't think you should do that. I mean, you can do that with your own money by all means, but I don't know if I'd do that. You can invest in localized banks, I suppose. Yeah, I get that. I don't have a problem with that. If you invest in let's take a look at hold on a second. Let's see something here. When I used to live in the Shenandoah Valley, a local bank, Farmers and Merchants Bank. Hey, loudmouth. And it's I know a couple guys who work there. It's a good bank, man. And they have they're localized in small towns throughout the Shenandoah Valley. Let me get this guy outside. He's barking at the moon. He hears Charlie, our next door neighbor, barking. He wants to play. All right, look at him. Look, dude, look how cold it is. Let's see if I can feel my breath. Yeah, you can. You see this? Watch this. That's cold, dude. It's cold. Burr. I tell you. Anyway, so here's Farmers and Merchants Bank, and I didn't work there, but oh boy, he wants to go outside. Would you make up your mind? Ooh, by the way, don't forget, if you have you don't want to come back. He doesn't like to come. He's like, Dad, I don't want it. It's too cold. But I was like, dude, I'm Mexican. I don't want to be outside in that cold. Anyway, so Farmers and Merchants Bank. Look, I'm not saying you should invest. I'm just giving an example. There's a localized bank. They invest in the community. I don't know any of these people. Daniel Scott, Diane. I'm just looking at the press release. But then let's take a look at the stock here. FMBM. All right, so hold on. Here's a chart of the stock. It was trading at 2018, 40. Now it's at 21 or something like that. So you got smoked on the price, but you're getting 26 cents, 26 cents, 26 cents. So you made basically, what's that, a buck four, something like that. So we take a buck four. I don't have my calculator, so we're just going to use my phone calculator. We take 1.04, divide that into 20. What are we saying it's trading at right now? 2288.88. So it's trading right now. It's got 4.5% dividend yield. I mean, so that's a localized stock. You know what I'm saying? That you could buy if you are familiar with Shenandoah Valley. Appears to be consolidating with a longer term downtrend. Okay. Will this ever get bought out by a bigger bank? Probably. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe not. Some microcaps only worth 79 million in shares. So is it risky? Sure. I mean, of course it's risky. Is that the worst thing that ever happened to mankind? No. Let's take a look at five. Right, just like utility, basically going back to 1999, it was trading at 24. In 2022, that's 23 years. It's trading at 23. You've got dividends the whole time. I mean, is that going to make you rich? No, but you're investing locally, away from Wall Street. Now there are FDIC insured, so they're still going to be, they got to be subject to the various rules of the FDIC and the federal government. But any business is going to have some. I mean, you can't get away from that. Let's go look at historical data and just get a gauge of what. So here's let's go to dividends. Dividends only. We'll just do. I'm sure they pay quarterly. So let's go back here. Let's just see what kind of dividends they've been paying. And look, I'm not saying you should buy this stock. I'm just using this for an example. You might have a localized stock in your area. So let's hit apply. There we go. So let's see what we got. So 26, 25, 23. So you've had growing dividends over the course of that time. Look at that, 13, 19, 18. Let's just look again at farm. Hold on a sec. I mean, they got mortgages, meet our team. This is just to say here's some guys that are local. These people don't know anything about them. I don't know any of these guys. Amato, wonder if she's from Amato's Restaurants up in Maine. Let's look at wealth management, wealth management dashboard. Don't know these guys. None of these guys I know. Anyway, point being is you can invest locally, and you're probably I got the horns behind me. Ooh. And you're probably not gonna make a killing, but you might do better than the people who are trying to make a killing are going to do. And look, I'm just throwing, I don't know, localized real estate, localized banking institutions. If you can find some localized investments that you can actually see with your own eyes, might be a good way to go back to Main Street as opposed to Wall Street. And I just got a feeling that Main Street is going to outperform. We'll see. We'll see. I could be wrong. And with that, all full disclosure, I'm still 100% Wellington and VTI. That's all I got, man. So, VDIGX, the three things I've talked about my whole time. VDIGX, Wellington, and VTI. That's all I got. So, I haven't done this yet, but something I think about. If you got no debt, I might be thinking about that too. All right, love your thoughts. We'll see you